I just want to ensure that we are live, please. I think we can now go live, please. Let's just go live. Yeah, I hope we are live, because that's important, right? Yes, yeah, cool. I think we are live, so let's just continue. Yeah, once again, you're welcome. My name is Elgiot, and of course my name is David. You're welcome to GateLive, yeah, and we'll be discussing NEOPIN today. Like I said, I want to be so sure everyone can basically hear me. Thank you for waiting to this time. It's been a lot of back and forth to our hand here, trying to just ensure the network is not betraying us, right? As we ensuring that we are giving out a seamless production, right? Yeah, so this is oh cool. Yeah, I think we're much live, and then we just have to sort of enjoy what we have as the available resources. Yeah, so once again, like I said, you're welcome to all of us here on GateLive. Meanwhile, just look at the description right below this YouTube video, because it's just an extension, and ensure that you're giving us a following. Ensure you join this presentation on GateLive, and yeah, there's gonna be red packet. Like I said, of course, there's gonna be back and forth with the visualization, so that people can actually have access to the red packet that will be displayed in the chat room. So please, let's get into the real deal for today, because that's the bottom line. The real business for today is a matter of why we're here. So yeah, I want to make important discussion on NEOPIN. Let's actually go through the ecosystem of NEOPIN. Yeah, so this is NEOPIN, and of course you have this tag: boost your earnings, experience the power of trust and stability. Now you might be wondering and asking, what's going to be the whole thing about NEOPIN? Well, is it not just going to be one of the tokens out there that is going to be contributing to the mass number of the cryptocurrencies that are over 20,000 already? I'm going to tell you that there's something unique about NEOPIN, which I think you want to learn, right? NEOPIN is a one-stop non-custodial CDeFi. Now the word CDeFi, how exactly is DeFi going to get centralized, and what exactly is the correlation between DeFi and centralization? Now, because you want to actually face reality when we have the bear market, right, with a lot of back and forth, with lack of centralization as a core issues, right, with digital token. Meanwhile, if you go check, let's see, yeah, I mean, this is the chart. I want to just close this chart and see. Yep, if I can, so that we can just have the old view on NEOPIN chart, which I'll open right away and make bigger, so that we can have the top analysis on NPT. Don't forget, that's what we're doing, right? But we want to also introduce you to how to trade the token right on GateLive. So now, once again, if you're just joining us, I'm saying you're welcome to this live room. We're going to be discussing about NEOPIN token. Now, we're starting with understanding the fundamentals of NEOPIN, right? Because I think it's a very, very important introduction, so we can have a great readiness, right, into how we want to get set, all right, for the future that NPT is going to be onboarding, right? So yeah, I think it's essentially necessary that we state the obvious about NPT. Yeah, about NPT. Yeah. So what do you think? Now, NPT is what to you? You might be asking. NPT is what? Now we're going to be going through ensure that we're not having any backlog that is not cleared. Sorry, just wait. I think as a way to close the charts, I just have to close this chart. It's really disturbing. Alright, while that actually comes on, I think you all are reading the thing. Now, the bear market came, and then the need for having this little bit of, permit me to put it that way, control on decentralization begins to come to the fore, when we begin to see much more uncertainty, right, with the currencies that are not within a proper regulation, right? And NEOPIN provides crypto products while taking advantage of both CeFi and DeFi, and that's one thing NEOPIN provides. There is no way you can actually cut out centralization from the future of cryptocurrency, at least to a variable minimum. There are reasons for that. Now, even though certain facts, then if there will be no need for quote unquote some sort of centralization, we might not actually see the entirety of the future of cryptocurrency coming to the essence for which it was deployed. Because now think of hackers and scammers in the space. How would they get nabbed, right? Will they keep stealing people's funds and there'll be nothing done about it? Importance with centralization. Now that's important, right? Now look at CBDCs, right? For example, central bank digital currencies. They have been launched, of course, by the government. Some some sort of will I say cover up? No, I would say some sort of oh my god, some sort of centralization, because that's very important, very important. So the old future of the physical currency that we call fiat, either it's United States dollars or it's Kuwait or whichever currency you have, the euro, Canadian dollar, Hong Kong dollar, think of any Nigerian naira, whichever one, right? You want to know that there is a progression, and the progression begins from fiat to centralized exchange, your wallet, a swap, the bridge, and then you have DeFi. So I mean, these fiat has evolved into, right? Very important we state that. Now you can actually basically earn safely with NEOPIN verified product. There's a provision of the pool, provision of the swap, right? Which of course it's all part of the provision that NEOPIN is actually providing. Even though there is a centralized part of the DeFi, the whole possibility of DeFi is there. If you know where DeFi stands for decentralized finance, and it's an important part of the future of finance and of course financial infrastructure. Now you want to think of at every level to basically make important contribution to their own finance without any need for middlemen. Either it is borrowing or lending, I mean, there are a lot of platforms you can basically explore in DeFi, right? There is yield farming, there is liquidity provision. Those are the ways that people and crypto nerds have been able to take advantage of the possibility that finance really DeFi really embraces. And of course this NEOPIN protocol, NEOPIN ecosystem is not going to be denying users of access to the full DeFi possibility. Probably on, of course, if we are, I'll just get you updated in the entire discussion, so that we can be having a continuation sort of I think that's very necessary for us to do. So sorry, just need to do the back and forth in my opinion. So it's available. Think of liquidity provision, think of what do you have there again, think of farming, right? That's the important part. So NEOPIN is going to be allowing every of its users. I mean, it has provided so much provision for everyone to have access to that. And I just opened NEOPIN Land, which I think everyone should actually begin to learn about. The NEOPIN price, or the NPT token price, trading at $0.53 on GateLive. And GateLive, I will encourage you to do it right away without any further delay. Don't hesitate to delay anymore, because if you do, you're gonna be holding back as regards you getting us trying the chance to trade these this token, because I think it's important that we essentially do, right? Just want to check the chart if we are. I'm gonna be coming back right away to the video. Let me just check the chat if we're very much sort of making contribution. Just keep dropping your comments. I'm gonna just check that right away up, because I think it's very important that we just do, right? That's important, right? So so be given calls on NPT token. Of course, it can be traded here on GateLive, right? And that's something very important that you want to take note of, right? So let's just keep on doing what we're doing. It's gonna make sense, right? I think the whole thing is very cool, and we're seeing very much that everyone is beginning to make their own contribution in their own quota, and I think yes, everyone is making necessary contribution. Let's just see the chart. That's you go, and I think there you guys regards NEOPIN Land, right? Let's learn about that and then we get into the trading. Now, lend and borrow, credit lending protocol. Of course, it is coming soon, like it's written here, but I want you to know something, that when it comes to DeFi, this part of lending and borrowing is something that is very fundamental and very that's already commercialized, right? With traditional banks, well, you can lend. Of course, you're gonna pay with interest, right? But of course, you can actually access this services within finance in the traditional world, right? Think of and of course this is something that DeFi, right, is making very much available, right? I mean, and that exactly is where NEOPIN is also making the difference. So you can just think of NEOPIN as a, let me say, quote unquote, a crypto exchange with the possibility for you to basically swap, of course, which is very common with crypto exchanges, where you can also stake, right? As in you, because crypto exchanges basically are the one that provide their own liquidity themselves. And then here you see what's it called? You see NEOPIN say, hey, users, you cannot, I mean, you're not just there to be coming to dump token and sell off and waiting for us to provide you liquidity. You can also provide liquidity, and then you heard from doing that, right? So it's a sort of a CDFI, that's the word, centralized decentralized finance, and I think it's gonna make sense, it's making more sense, right? So you can actually basically lend and borrow. So those who are in need of funds can actually drop some collateral, let's say Ethereum, within the pool, and then they have access to, let's say, USDT, should that be the token they want to borrow, right? And because of that, they have a maturation date, maturation time, which is going to be the span or the range within which the borrower, the token they borrow, the USDT or the stablecoin they borrow, will be returned back. And of course, if it's not returned, there's a way it gets settled, like in the smart contract. And that's one thing about in the blockchain technology. So I think, yeah, whatever thing that this push that NEOPIN is bringing, I'm gonna tell you that it's a very, very great innovation. And everyone has to be aware of that, right? Everyone has to be aware of that. It's a very, very huge possibility. So essentially, NEOPIN is the one-stop and the very foremost, in my opinion, as far as I'm concerned, I've been seeing the protocol that is pushing this. I've been seeing this training, right? So it is a one-stop, non-custodial CDFI, the one-stop. What do we call this exactly? The one-stop and the leading, of course, well, I said the premier, maybe the premier CDFI. CDFI means centralized DeFi, right? Centralized decentralized finance. Exactly, that's it. So yeah, you have the swap option, you have the staking option. Of course, I've explained that in a very simple way. And of course, here is one thing that actually makes NEOPIN more different. So sorry, I have to just start with this point, and don't forget to see comment right as this chart. We're going to be discussing about trading this on GateLive. Very, very important. We have in the chat right before you, and we'll also be going to be going through like the white paper, whatever you want to call it. Yes, I think we just have to be going through that all together so that we can be on the same page. Yeah. So I was about to talk about this important part, which is DeFi made sustainable environment, which is one thing that NEOPIN is touting, right, as the important pegs and the core features of having 4K things, as it were. What you have is profitability, reliability, user-friendly, and security. Starting from the security part, you understand why NEOPIN is actually ensuring KYC. Of course, KYC is often known with, it's often used with centralized platforms like centralized exchanges like GateLive is an important part of a centralized exchange that I think you as an individual should begin to use. Of course, the cool exchange has been around for over a decade basically, and I think they've proven, in my own opinion, honestly, to be of value. Now let's continue, please. Security, and that's where you have the KYC. The KYC is employed to combat AML, of course, which is going to be sort of anti-money laundering, because those are, money laundering is one thing that thieves and I would say criminals actually leverage blockchain technology to do. They don't want to even interact with the blockchain, right? They don't want to even know what the blockchain protocol is about. They just want to see ways to just execute their dirty funds and then find them scattered around, right? And I think NEOPIN, given the DeFi option and the DeFi possibility and the DeFi utility for its users, while still ensuring security, is an important part that makes in my opinion, NPT and NEOPIN protocol different from major DeFi protocol, right? Yeah, that's true. Major DeFi protocol just have you to connect your wallet with a MetaMask or your Trust Wallet, or your Wallet Connect, or whichever one you have there, right? But of course, you have this need for KYC and verify, and of course, maybe verify the identity of the user of the NEOPIN protocol, and it's very, very important in my opinion. What do you think? Yeah, let me know what you think in the chat box. I'll be checking that right in the jiffy. It's also user-friendly. Of course, it's an intuitive and simple. The UI UX of the user's interface design is very, very interactive and intuitive, and everyone can actually basically interact. Just look at this. You can basically start right now, if not because I've come to learn about it a little bit. Obviously, this is my first time coming here, but of course, going through that the first time I came here, I found it very seamless, and I think you can just go through, learn, of course, make the most of your coming and your interaction with the NEOPIN protocol, right? Then you having the reliability. I think there's been years of node operating. That's what you have here. I'm going to be highlighting that, and accelerating experience in the blockchain industry, and of course profitable. You can definitely earn interest and rewards with reasonable gas fee, and that is NEOPIN protocol for you in a jiffy. Now we're going to be coming back here, right? Let's get you into the chart. In a minute, we'll be having the chart displayed right before our faces. Yep, So before we get that actually displayed, I want to check if you actually have been following. If you got any question for me and you want me to actually basically answer that, I think I will have to check that and then get back to you in a jiffy. So please just stay connected and stay tuned. Very, very important. It's trading on GateLive here, and I don't know why this is taking forever to get displayed. Just waiting for that to, yeah, come on. Yup. It's gonna be displayed. Just wait for it. It's gonna come on. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. It's gonna be coming on. I just want to check what's up in the chat and all of that. Yes. Alright, so what do you have here, please? Come on, this is taking forever and I'm not signing up for this, right? It's just taking too much of time. And sorry. Sorry, it's just taking so much of a time, and then we have a lot to go. Wow, why is this? Wait, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to check what's up in the chat box and then ensure that we have to get on the same page, which I think is necessary for us all to do. If this is going to be taking more time, I think you'd have to leave this chart for a while and come back here because I think it's important. Okay. Alright, so maybe we should just talk about the P2E ecosystem of NEOPIN, as much as I want to introduce everyone today. As much as I want to introduce everyone to the analysis, I think I might just not be able to. Wow. Okay. I just have to. Oh, come on. Okay. Well, let's just talk about the P2E. Items and token earned through NEOPIN's play to earn games will be available for exchange with other items or crypto assets. Now, that's something you might not be aware of, because you might be thinking that NEOPIN, blah blah blah, this is this NEOPIN. But I want to tell you something very, very important, which is the fact that yes, you have to be aware of the fact that yes, NEOPIN is essentially going to be making items available for its users on chain, right? Which could be NFTs, like I said earlier on, which I think is very, very necessary for us all to learn about. Yeah, this is basically coming on. Once it comes on fully, I tell you, you're gonna be discussing what we have to get in ourselves into as a discussion, right? Yeah, so let's just see how it goes, right? In a minute or two, excuse me, you'll be having the better display, right? Yeah, let's just see. Yup. Oh my god. Okay, trade sports, that's how you actually get over to NEOPIN. NPT, it's trading on sports currently on GateLive. Yep, and this is the welcome page of GateLive. I'm already logged in. I'll click sports, which I just clicked here. I'm waiting for this to basically come on, and once it comes on, I'll switch the token back to, yep, the what do you call this exactly? Yeah, let's see. Yep. Okay. 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 Alright. Waiting for this to actually get displayed. I don't want to talk about the fundamentals too much. We've spoken about fundamentals. I want to do more of a technical, so you all can actually have a learning on the NEOPIN token, right? Yeah, come on, we're almost there. Yeah. Okay. So sorry, I hope you can. Yeah, it's actually taking time, but of course you definitely have the screen, and then I tell you you're gonna be starting this without any further ado. This is B2C chart, which I'm gonna be changing. I just clicked on B2C. I'm gonna be right here and putting NPT in place, so I can actually find NEOPIN token trading here on your gate. That's IO. That's NEOPIN. Yeah, and that's the token. The price of $0.5331 per NPT token. It has quite so much value, and I think we want to learn about that, right? So yeah, let's just get yourself sort of connected, and then we'll be very much back. And yep, come on. Okay, what do we have here? We're having it loading. It's gonna come on, please. Just wait a bit more. Yes, how to use NEOPIN Connect. I think NEOPIN Connect is sort of its wallet, right? NEOPIN Connect is a service to connect dApps, decentralized applications, to NEOPIN wallet more easily and safely, and it's implemented based on the wallet connect using Ethereum. NEOPIN Connect supports remote connections between app to app, web to app, using a bridge server to relay payloads. Now, it's important for us to state, as we're going to come back to, I want to do this analysis because to me it's very, very important. This is even the major reason why we're having this presentation, alright? So you can know what exactly we're talking about. We're using market analysis, basic order blocks, and then fair volume gaps to do analysis, and of course, ICT strategy. That's the major thing we use right here to do our market analysis, and I think you all can learn from that essentially. Yeah, so yeah, come on, let's get this ongoing. Yeah, I think this issue of this chart, I've got to work on this. This is taking so much time than I'm expecting, but basically you can actually, I want to remove this charts. Maybe I'll just push it somewhere there. I can even push it down. I think it's good at pushing that way now. If you see right here, NEOPIN, the simple way to actually trade NEOPIN is simply buy or sell. The green button where my cursor is currently is the buy, and the sell button is to sell NEOPIN. I can actually place the easy buy NEOPIN right away and place my sell right away. But of course, as a technical analyst, I will not just buy or sell any token, including NEOPIN, without doing my fundamental analysis and technical analysis. We've done fundamental analysis. We've seen how NEOPIN is actually a very great token and has a very great good utility, and it is worth the buy for the bull market because everything will basically pump. Now, having established that fact, I want to now head over to my chart and do my analysis. I'm waiting for this. Definitely you must have funded your account. There's a couple of funds here, which you can definitely use to, what do you call this right away, to buy or sell NEOPIN. All right, so because I think that's very sort of important that we just sort of do, right? So so I want to be so sure you all have actually basically learning about that, right? And then I want to just see if I can remove these charts is my concern, because I want to remove this. But come with me now. So other books, trades, now you see that the long to buy ratio is on 50-50, and the price of NEOPIN sits on 0.533. Time of versus has a needle increase of 0.5348. Now there's a little bit of price difference there. Now let me open the charts and so show you my power view on the market on NEOPIN. Let me make the charts bigger. Then when this comes down, exactly, this is NEOPIN chart. So cool chart right here. Gate.io. Now this is a daily time frame. You must note the time frame of the top part here, right? The time frame very important. For me, I always start with the highest time frame. The highest time frame of this chart is a 1 month chart, where of course one candle represents a whole trading experience in a month. I've just changed it to a 1 month chart, and I'm going to wait for it to come on screen. Once it does, I will begin to do my analysis, basically using what I mentioned earlier on: fair volume gaps, other blocks, liquidities, and which is basically the bulk of IC to trade, right? Just to know, on the point of interest, right? POIs, because I think that's important. So let's just see. I've just clicked the 1 month chart, right? I'm waiting for that to load. Come on. So come on, let's see. Please let me know what you're thinking of buying NEOPIN. Alright, I'll tell you where I'm thinking NEOPIN can actually be bought from, and I'll tell you where I think if I buy NEOPIN right now, I'll be taking my own profit from, so you can actually know what you're doing. But of course, the analysis here is going to be based on my opinion. It's not a financial advice. Very, very important. I stated, alright, very important. So the chart is loading, and I think we just have to either we engage the 1 day chart like that, as the 1 month chart is taking. I want to check the all-time high, and that's why I want to check. That's why I go to the 1 day, but the 1 month rather. I better say let's just check a week. If it's gonna display a week, then I think we just rather use the week chart. All right, so. Okay. Okay. All right. I don't know what you've already seen right now, because this is not even allowing me to even start my analysis, and I have a lot to really discuss. It's really dealing my time. It's really dealing my time. Okay. Now you want to be aware that NEOPIN had gotten to $3, right? From this candle week you've seen right here, NEOPIN had gotten to $3. That's a point where my cursor is, but currently sitting at $0.53. That would be something to someone who knows market analysis. You already be seeing that NEOPIN had actually had a potential dump of at least 65 or 80% or more. Would confirm that with the market to once this comes on, right? So we can actually do analysis. All right, so all right, just taking time. I want to ensure that we are together on the same page. this is just taking forever. But while this loads, I think let's just make some important discussion about NEOPIN. Yes, now let me introduce you to the NEOPIN earning. Now to earn with NEOPIN, which actually is a basic for sort of principled method, right? Number one is yield farming, right? Yield farming is an important part of DeFi that I think, in fact, in your opinion, is as onboarded, right? And onboarding, that's a very strong move for the very future of DeFi, right? For the very future of DeFi. And yield farming is just that service, right, that allows users to provide liquidity to NEOPIN by depositing a pair of tokens into a liquidity pool developed based on the automated market maker. So you can actually have users, customers, users depositing NPTs together with USDT or NPTs together with USDC, depending on whatever token that the protocol is really interested in, right? I think it's such a soothing thing to see that NPT can actually be basically traded on GateIO, and that NPT can be futuristic token worth investing. Just a minute. Well, I want this to really load and it's taking my time. I want to go to, let me even open trading view, and if that comes on time to user analysis and move off this whole thing, because it's taking so much time to wait, right? Yeah, thank you for coming and waiting. I'll also be checking the chat box soon in a jiffy. Alright, so it's actually coming on. Wow, this is taking so much. Well, that's yield farming, of course. You can actually be yield farm with NEOPIN, provide liquidity and all of that, blah blah blah. I'm coming back there, please. That's not the bottom line of how I'm here. Just want to show you how to trade on with NPT, right? Yes, this is Gate, then this is a platform. Come on. Yes, let's try getting back there again. Trade, then you go to sports. Yep, where we are headed for, right? Because I think it's important we just get over there, right, as soon as possible. Yum. This is up. Good to see you guys. This is the charts. Okay. In my opinion, I think this is going to 33k, 34k before this week's end. I know, in my opinion, sounds very funny, but of course it's my opinion. So it's actually doing it more. I don't think so. Hey, this is just honest. I'm coming. Let me check the chat box and see what's up there. Hey, we have red packets actually claim, and I've not even activated that, so I've got to do that right away. Which of course is what is going to be part of the reason why I'm going to be waiting a little bit more. Let me also talk about swapping with NEOPIN. I think that's important we also do, right? Yeah, I think it's important we do. So that's you can actually boost your earnings with the swapping option with NEOPIN. NEOPIN swap is a service that allows, of course, token to be exchanged using a liquidity pool and cross swap between various tokens, which of course is one of the functions that is available with NEOPIN, right? That's something important. Now, when using the swap, fees may occur for using the liquidity pools, and here it's actually expected, right, to have fees occurring, all of that, right, because you're using liquidity pool. Wow, please just exercise a little bit of patience. I want to just ensure that we can actually go and distribute the red packets in the chat box below. All right, it's actually coming on. Yeah, this will be about the red bucket, please. Yes, so this is a chart on Bitcoin, or analysis on Bitcoin. I think I'm showing you NPT. In the live room, dropping the red buckets right away. Yeah, NPT. Okay. Alright, so yeah, waiting for this to come on. I'm just clicking on NPT. So it's gonna be loading. Just excited with patience, and once it comes on, I tell you, we're beginning to prepare to wrap things up as regards NPT. Alright, I believe you've learned something about the protocol and what it actually does, and how it's a very important part of I would say important part of GateLive, why you have to be trade token, because it actually stand a chance to make more utility with the ecosystem and interact with NEOPIN protocol. Yeah, this is a token, right? That's an all-time high of about $8 on GateLive, right? Literally. Now this is it, right? I think you can see this, right? Very important. I hope and I can show this chart. This is a weekly chart. I want to zoom it a little bit down so you can see. I'll make it bigger. Now it has traded right into this lower zone. We're wrapping the chart in the next 20-30 minutes, right? Now 20-30 minutes literally. It has traded into this lower zone. I'm going to be picking my it has traded into this lower zone, and I want to be picking my rectangle I'm drawing this this zone where NPT seems to have broken, right, used to be the demand zone for NPT, because that was the listing price. That's the listing price at 0.9. Let's confirm. Yeah, 0.87 thereabout. That was the listing price for NPT token, and essentially, yeah, from 0. Let me see, confirm this. 0.81, 0.8. So 0.8 was the listing price for NPT, and of course after that listing price it went boom, right? It literally went how many percentage upward? Let's do the estimate with the ruler. I'm picking the ruler from the left bar, right? I'm going to be measuring this from this exact point at 0.81 and drawing it upward. It did about 800%, all right, or more. Yeah, literally about 800% essentially, or 900 or 850% definitely was done, and afterwards it seemed to be tanking down from that all-time high. And that particular time, yeah, I think I can just actually expand the charts so we all can have a better view. Just exercise the patience. In a minute or two you'll be having it displayed before your very faces, and I hope you all are learning something very, very cool, important and resourceful in the course of this entire presentation, and you all can make the most, right, of what we have been basically discussing, right? So yeah, now this is it, right? And I think we are saying NPT. Now the token, let me pick my trend line. I want to highlight the tip, right, from that point. That there you are, the all-time high, which I will double click, and right within the box ATH. ATH stands for all-time high. That was the highest point that's reached in GateLive right here. And it's very, very important to also state that the coin now going way lower than its listing price is not only a bullish call in my own opinion, it is a push and more opportunity for anyone to actually leverage getting the token. Right now, are we writing that so you all can see, and potentially increasing the pixel of the ATH. I mean, yeah, so you can have the trend line more stronger like that. And so when you bring this downwards a bit, I mean, you can see that after that high it made a new low, and this was a new low it made, all right, a very creepy low, right? I want to pick my trend line 2 again. Yes, and then it made this low at $0.3, right? Very funny. So this seemed to us as the all-time low, which I will write ATL so you all can see that better. And that was ATL, right? Let me make the text come down, not atop it, at the bottom. So you have ATL at the bottom, right? And then you're having yeah, so basically there was a liquidity push that brought that brought NPT to a high point of $3, right? This was somewhere in March of Q1 this year, right? Yeah, basically this was listed in Q2 2022, and of course it was amid the bear market, and then taking out to suffer the whole loss together with the bear market. So entire month of April up till the ending of December was a total loss for NPT. I mean, it struggled from $7.5 thereabouts. It came to the all-time low at $0.3. Now the token getting to another moving to these high points in March this year, testing the $3 zone. Is not only a break of structure for us, right? In my own opinion, let me turn it this other way. It is also a cash on the liquidity that lies in the fair volume gap, which was created by the imbalance the market moved. So I'm going to be calling that a break of structure. You might not know how big that structure that it had broken is until you check a lower time frame like the daily candle, so you can actually have a clue on what exactly, right, what your NPT has done. Now standing this for me is now turning this to a daily time frame. I just clicked a day chart and I'm hoping this will get displayed as soon as possible, so we all can see how that NPT in its own way has become extremely bullish. Now it is very bullish because of 3 reasons, which number 1 is the break of structure, which we've just spotted, on the 1 week chart, but I want to confirm how valid the structures it has broken are. Right, it broke structures in the 1 week chart, and here we are seeing it retesting as the second reason, of course, and having noticed that it has also cashed necessary sell side liquidities in the bottom. We might be seeing it go upward now, because now sell side liquidities is when the market goes beyond the supposed demand zone and comes way lower just to confuse people of its intention to buy, and that's what I'm seeing playing out on what do we call this token? I mean NPT, sorry. Now this is what I'm seeing playing out on NPT. Now it's very, very important, right? Now you see this spiky movement, you know, down to 0.5, blah, to that point. Now I'm seeing it here. That means $50 worth of the token right away. Now you can see the token get $1 later on in 130%. I mean $50 worth of the token get you about, let's say, 50 divided by 0.5, about literally 100, and selling that 100 at 1.4 gives you about $120. I mean that's an easy 2x, right? And of course that's not going to be all-time high. I mean they're talking is about to make another all-time high, and the least all-time high I'm going to be predicting, the least all-time high I'm going to be predicting for NPT is NPT at $15, $15 or $20, because it is a foremost token pushing the very future of CDFI, and we explain CDFI as a centralized and centralized DeFi, right? I mean a DeFi protocol that actually allows, that ensures security by onboarding centralization tips such as email, you know, KYC, just to avoid, just to, you know, enforce AMLs, right? Anti-money laundering, right? And that's something I think it's making you know, see as making you know, the NEOPIN, you know, ecosystem, you know, stay unique and very, very, you know, rare, right, in the entire space, right? Now that's the truth. Now what you're seeing here for me is a sell-side liquidity, and this will be the lowest points that the token have average. Here is the biased time for anyone to think of buying the token, because now in a couple of, let's say in 2 months time max, you will be seeing NPT trading into at least $3 zone. That's going to be what, $2.669, and the $50 worth of investments can actually be what's in about about $300, and that's potential 3x more and more easier. The 3x about 5 or 6x. Yeah, so what do you think? I think here we're getting ready to see you know, NPT take a major point, and between this zone, in fact, let me pick what can I pick? My, let me see, indicators. If I can pick my indicators, I'll just pick them right now, so you all can see something very, very important on NPT. I think that's an indicator, I'm not sure. If it is, I'm gonna pick the out and then show it to you what I mean by NPT going way higher. Yeah, I'll show it to everyone. Wait for it. I'm not sure that's it, right? Let me just pick this trend line, because what I'm seeing here, juxtaposed between the spots, oh, that exactly is our indicator. Let me just search for RSI, because RSI indicator is one of the strongest indicators. I mean the only indicator I basically use just to confirm the relative strength index of the you know, the charts, right? I want to look for a divergence, and that's the only reason why I use RSI, not just to trade. I don't use it to trade, just to confirm divergence, because I'm actually basically spotting a bullish divergence between the high points here and the low points. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I just clicked on the RSI, and I'm going to be waiting for it to come on fully. While we wait for that, I want to show you the point I'm looking at as a potential region where we're having RSI playing out. It is between these two regions. Let me zoom this out and then make it more bigger for your own faces, and now you can see what I'm talking about. I mean my guess is very, very right, very right, because looking at the chart, owing to the strength the market has been displaying, I have every reason to believe that, you know, NPT is actually basically preparing for a massive bull run, and I've just spotted a bullish divergence. It is when the candle printing on the chart seems to be coming downwards, whereas the RSI chart is going upward in the opposite way. There you have the bearish divergence, which confirms the inherent bullish, you know, intent that is being clearly labeled within the NPT token. Now I will show it to you, right? I'll draw it, and if that's the major thing we can actually pull up here, so you all can understand as a, you know, a trader, right, on Gate.io, then I think it's important. If that's the only thing you can actually understand about trading this token. Now look at this. I'm sorry it's taking so much time. The piece is lagging, so sorry. It's only gonna get better, I promise. Look at this. Yep, between these two spots, You see the token, this point here. Basically, we've had a liquidity range from this point up to this downward zone. That's the liquidity range, and we've seen the market sort of trying to fight. And if you draw this in the other way around and you pull your trend line from the top, you see a triangular pattern forming right on NPT. And this is also giving us another clue that NPT is about to break out right strong. So yeah. But yeah, let's just leave that. Look at this from this bottom, this same zone, it seems to be coming down, right? I mean, you want to look at that, right? Are you seeing that? Yes, you're seeing this, right? Sorry, I just have to pick that and be so sure. It's just yeah, it seems to be coming down, right? Between them, just pick my cycle and identify the nodes I'm making reference to. Now these are the nodes I'm making reference to. This node 1, that's the bottom one, or the point 1, let's call it point 1, and the point 2, right, which of course is the exact point we're looking at or we're spotting when it comes to this exact analysis. I'm going to be picking the cycle again and drawing the node again. I hope you all can see this. Yeah, that's the node 2. I hope that's clear enough. Now look just below. This is the RSI chart, this is the candle chart. Now I'm picking the cycle and I'm going to be dropping this here. Look at this. I'm sorry, it's not picking it again, struggling to pick it again. The cycle picked, come just exact below and find that same zone. This is the zone where it's yeah, so that's the node, you see, sitting upon each other. Then pick the cycle again, and of course don't hesitate to ensure you've picked it. Pick the cycle and come again to this zone exactly bottom. You'd see, yes, and don't draw it. Then pick the trend line again, which of course I've just picked. Alright, so I'm picking the trend line, and you will draw it as you drew it in the chart. You draw the line as it was drawn on the chart. So you see it, boom, it sort of goes that way, right? Sort of as they're going to be meeting. That is the bullish divergence we're talking about. And oftentimes I would double click the trend line and I would write bullish divergence, which is basically confirming to me, in my own opinion, that the market on a particular token has turned. Sorry, that's not clear enough. I'm gonna make it clear enough. Sorry, I'm gonna turn it. Sorry, yeah, I'm gonna bring it to the bottom and make the color black so everyone can see it exactly and exactly. Sorry, it's sort of the same thing, and bring it downwards. Oh, it's sort of taken. So yeah, black. I'm gonna make it a 20 pixel. I'm not gonna bring it to the bottom. So there you go, that's a bullish divergence. So you have that divergence giving us that if we open a long position, you're right here. So I'm giving the call right now. Now if you open a long position 0.53 spots, right, 5336, for me I won't even take profits this year, because I know we've already started a bullish market. It's not because I'm greedy, don't get me wrong, because I know that the next point this token is going to be getting to is to go before the all-time high. The all-time high it had was at $8, right, on this chart here in GateLive. Now if I buy $50 of the token at 50 divided by 0.5336, I'll get about 100 units or 104, and I'm going to be holding 104 units until we get like $10. That's going to be $1,000, right? Easy 20x. So that's something I'm talking about, right? You can get a $500 worth of token, you sell at $10,000. That's 20x or so. It's just about risk to reward ratio. All the same, you want to stay profitable, and that's the bottom line. So that being said, 0.5336, the current market price, is our call point for NPT token. And of course, we've introduced you to the NPT ecosystem in general. I'm going to be escaping this chart and getting over to I think this is it. I think it's cool, isn't it? Let me just close this yeah, let me close this RSI chart so we don't have a disturbance with the chart and blah blah blah. Sorry, I'm gonna close this right away. Okay, waiting for this, you know, fully settle down. But of course, let me check if there are comments on the chat box. Yeah, right. Let me just check that. Right, I'll be right back soon. Cool, very very important. We just want to be sure that we're making so much stride and basically impact, in my own opinion, and then learning something great as regards market analysis. So it is sitting on a great buy price, right, in our opinion, and we're seeing this as a call for us to, you know, make the most, right, of this token, since we're seeing great possibility for the token to go to higher time zones. All right, I mean new all-time highs in our own opinion, right? So yeah, that's it. Come on. Yeah. Is there any question for us? I just want to be so sure that we are doing this and learning the most as far as you're concerned. Come on. Yeah, let me remove these RSI charts. Boom, I just clicked to remove it and it's off. Yep, so you're saying that we are getting more and more ready to watch I'm gonna take the time frame to a week chart so we can have a better conclusion at what we're talking about here. So yeah, that's just gonna be it for now. So yeah, just let me know what you think. It's necessary in our opinion. Let's just know what you're thinking. Come on. You want to know your comments? Just wanted to know your comments, right? While we continue, if just know what yours. So I think with this we might be coming to the end of this presentation. It's yeah, a very wonderful time discussing this with you, and I think we've been able to learn something extremely great and maybe necessary for us to do, right? I think yeah, that was NEOPIN, you know, the protocol, and I think we have learned about it in total. Now it's been so interactive. So what do you think about NEOPIN protocol? You can definitely, like I said, I want to show you, definitely head over to GateLive right away now and then open a buy. You can open different types of buy, right? Alright, you can open it as a market buy. There's a couple of USDT here, right, you see, and you can open it as a, let me even bring my face on screen and then make this important information passed to everyone. Now you can open it as a market buy, right, and then you can open it at a limit buy, right? Market buy, you're buying it as an instantly market, and that's what they call market buy, right? And then the what do you call this one exactly? The limit buy, right? That's the one you buy at the limit price, right? So which you definitely want to be so sure that you have your funds, and then you can wait. When it comes to limit buy, you've got to wait, right? I mean, you want to set your price. Maybe you believe based on your own analysis, which is possibly different than ours, that the token is going to get a 0.1 or 0.01, some ridiculous price. So you feel, yeah, I can just buy my $50 worth of NPT at that price. Cool. But of course, if you think, yeah, you want to buy it at the market, which is the instant 0.5343, you can click on markets and then you buy NPT at market, right? You just from the buy, like you want to use 50% of, let's say, the $50 here, right? At $49, you just click half, you're gonna get 45.9 NPT. You click 100%, you get a total of about 88 or 90 NPT, right? Essentially, so $50 out of NPT will give you about 100 or 98 or about 95. So yeah, there you go. And when you click buy, it's gonna buy. Simple, and that's how to basically trade NPT, right, on Gate.io. I hope it's been such a very massive session. and you've learned about how to do this very easy. What you're seeing here are other books. Of course, you have in the green other books informing you of the buy orders, and you can know the volume that is buying the market right away, and the sell orders, right? You got the sell orders right here. So yeah, so the buy and the sell seem to be sitting on a 50 to 50% ratio, and that's the ratio of the trades and the back and forth between the bull and the bear on NPT. So what do you think? I think we've been able to make a massive contribution to discussing about NPT, and everyone has been